kids, are you ready for the answers from yesterday's lesson? I know you are because I know you got them all right. You probably already know you got them right. Yesterday's lesson was, did you know that water can be a solid, a liquid, and a gas? And of course, we started by saying, yeah, duh. Everybody knows that. Doesn't everybody know that? Anyways, here's the answers. Number one, how is water unusual? That's kind of a tricky question. The answer was B. It can change states at everyday temperatures. Okay. Number two, what is a boiling point? The answer was A, the temperature at which a liquid will turn into a gas. That was the right answer. I know there were some of the choices were kind of close to that. I was worried that you might not get that one. Number three, what happens during condensation? That was silly answers for that one, but the answer is steam cools and turns into a liquid. And number four, what is steam? And it was C, that water in its gaseous form, like Jeffrey. Anyways, okay. All right, so today's is kind of similar. Hey, look, it hasn't really melted much from yesterday. Maybe it's because I'm taping this. It's like a couple minutes later. I'm trying to trick you. Anyways. Today's lesson is a really good question. I didn't even really learn about it until I was much older. But the question is, what is the difference between weather and climate? That's a really good question. Now, here's some things you probably know. You know that weather is changing all the time. Today is just an awesome, beautiful day. It got up to 57, 60 degrees today. Yesterday, it was cold yesterday and rainy. And you probably heard that climate is changing. Weather and climate are very similar, but there's a difference between the two. When we look at the weather, we look at what happens in the atmosphere. That's way, way up there. During a short period of time. That's what weather, just a short period of time. When we look at climate, we look at averages of daily weather over a long period of time. So weather is day to day. Climate is, how is it always? How it's always the same. Like Florida's really hot. Like Minnesota's really cold most of the time. So our climates are both different. So if you're trying to decide if you should wear a coat or take an umbrella to school, or shopping, tomorrow, you're thinking about the weather. If you're looking at it for a vacation spot where it's sunny and warm, like Florida, all year round, sort of, it gets a little cold in Florida. I lived in Florida, so I know it gets cold, sort of cold, not Minnesota cold. All year round, you're thinking about climate. When scientists discuss the weather, they're usually talking about effects on people's lives and activities. They are telling you what is likely to happen in the upcoming minutes, days, or weeks. They're discussing things like cloudiness, temperature, rain, wind, those kind of things. When scientists talk about climate, however, they talk about what happens in an area over a long period of time, usually about, 30 years? What? For example, scientists might study the average temperature in a state or the number of hurricanes during the past 30 years. Wow, 30. That's a lot of years. Why should we study climate? It tells us important information about what's happening to the planet Earth. Then we can prepare ourselves for possible problems in the future. For example, scientists have learned that temperatures around the world have been rising. This is beginning to cause snow and ice in the Arctic to melt and the sea levels to rise. Flooding and other problems can result from a rise in the sea level, how high the sea is. Higher temperatures can also result in a change in the amount of snowfall we can expect. This can affect crop growth, deserts, and more. Warmer ocean temperatures can cause more tropical storms to form. If we knew that the problems are coming, then we can work now toward solutions for your future. All right, get your papers ready. This wasn't too hard of one, but number 2, 4 again. You ready? Put your name and number and the date. All right, let's see what our questions are. What is the difference between weather and climate? 1, atmospheric. Okay. Changes during a short period of time are described as short period of time. A, weather. B, temperature. C, climate. And D, ecosystem. Number 2, why is it important to study climate? A, so we know what the weather will be like. B, so scientists can find average temperatures. C, so we can find some solutions to problems that may be coming. D, so we can find the best vacation spots. Number 3, which of the following is likely to cause the sea levels to rise? A, flooding. B, rising temperatures. C, tropical storms. Or D, more snowfall. See, we don't even live by the sea. It's Minnesota. Okay. 4, what is climate? A, the average weather in an area. B, the highest recorded temperature in an area. C, the lowest recorded temperature in an area. D, a change in the seasons. Interesting. I thought they would certainly ask you something about 30 years, but they didn't ask you that question. But that's cool. So, all right. So I'll tell you the answers to these questions for our next lesson. That will be lesson number 7. Lucky 07. We'll see how good that lesson's going to be. All right. I miss you guys so much. So good luck with your science. Look around for the weather. You know what? Get outside when the weather's really nice too. Now, or when it's raining. I used to pop around in the rain too.